Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with my review of Bonejangles from Wild Eye Releasing. I recently uploaded a video unboxing a package that Wild Eye Releasing was kind enough to send. It included 10 titles for me to review. I'd like to first thank them once again for their generosity in giving me the opportunity to review their films. If you are not already subscribed to Wild Eye Releasing's YouTube channel, I will leave the link below in the description box. Also, please be sure to check out their website. I mentioned in the unboxing video that I would be doing a review for each of the films, and the first one that I decided to watch was Bonejangles. Bonejangles is a 2017 film from Wild Eye Releasing that can be categorized as a slasher film, zombie film, witch film, and most of all, a horror comedy. This was my very first Wild Eye viewing experience, and I have to say, it didn't disappoint. I had a lot of fun with this film. Mr. Bonejangles, or simply Bonejangles, is the nickname of serial killer Edgar Friendly Jr. His father, Edgar Friendly Sr., played by the always awesome Reggie Bannister, was also a serial killer prior to his death. And although it was a relatively small role for Reggie Bannister, with minimal screen time, his character is definitely important. Before his death, Edgar Sr. warned his son, who grew up to be Bonejangles, that he must avoid women at all costs, and to always protect his, well, you know. He also insisted that Edgar Jr. continue his reign of terror, and Bonejangles followed his father's orders. It's also worth noting that Bonejangles isn't your typical slasher. He's inhuman and can't be killed by standard weapons. The local police force is aware of this, and they have found that electricity is his only weakness. This is why, after a recent slew of murders, a group of police officers set out to capture Bonejangles with industrial-strength tasers. And although it is not without a few casualties, the force is able to subdue Bonejangles long enough to transfer him to another sanitarium, known as Smith's Grove. Yes, you heard me correctly, Smith's Grove. It is an homage to the Halloween franchise, and it is not the only horror homage you'll find in this movie. In fact, the town to which Bonejangles is being transferred is called Argento, as in, you know, Dario. There is also an homage to Deliverance, and, my favorite of all, The Evil Dead. Of course, an accident during the transport leads to the escape of Bonejangles, and he's able to continue his killing spree. At this point, it probably sounds like your typical supernatural slasher film, right? Nope. There's so much more. You see, the town of Argento, where the cops are now stranded, was cursed by a succubus witch who was burned at the stake in the 1800s, and now, one day a year, the dead rise from their graves to seek her revenge. Guess what day it is? Yup. It just so happens that the very same day they were transporting Bonejangles is the same day of the town's curse. The dead now walk the streets as the citizens of Argento have locked themselves safely in a building where a wedding is about to take place. And if that's still not enough of a storyline for you, the bride is the former love interest of one of the cops. I mean, it's not The Notebook or anything, but it adds some character depth to an otherwise gore fest. And that's not a bad thing. The gore is fantastic. Throw in some gratuitous nudity, virgin sacrifice, and some over-the-top cheesy acting, and you have a pretty good summary of Bonejangles. Despite coming in at an approximate runtime of only 78 minutes, I'm still leaving a lot out, but I don't want to spoil too much. But I will say the Bonejangles slasher storyline, the zombie demon succubus witch storyline, and the romance storyline all come together in what is literally an explosive finale. This movie works on a lot of different levels, so it will appeal to a wide audience. First and foremost, it is a horror comedy, but it's important to realize that it's very self-aware. Remember that. When watching this film, remember it's self-aware. Do not take it too seriously, because it does not take itself too seriously. There are some ridiculous jokes in characters. Some genuinely funny. Others just silly. But either way, it's entertaining from start to finish. If you're a slasher fan like me, or a gorehound, you will probably enjoy Bonejangles. If you like Walking Dead films, zombies, demons, that sort of thing, you will probably like Bonejangles. If you like films about witches and curses and a succubus, you will probably enjoy Bonejangles. And if you like horror comedies and you don't take yourself too seriously and have an open mind when it comes to humor, you'll enjoy Bonejangles. As a horror comedy, don't expect something like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. It's a different kind of humor. And as a slasher film, don't expect Halloween or even a Friday the 13th sequel. It's neither of those either. And even though there are zombies in this film, I don't think I have to tell you not to expect Dawn of the Dead. But if you're looking for something new that borrows just a little bit from all of those things, plus features a killer with a really cool mask, good gore, and the ever-important gratuitous nudity in the genre, I recommend Bonejangles. Now that I've given my own synopsis of the film, I will leave you with a closer look of the DVD from Wild Eye Releasing. Bonejangles, when bones rattle, blood will flow. On the back it says, "One hell of a crazy ride. This is throwback horror done right. James DePaulo, Wicked Channel. Fight the curse with something worse. While transporting the legendary serial killer Bonejangles to an asylum, a group of police officers break down in a town cursed with demons and zombies. The only way they can survive the night and save the town is to release Bonejangles to help them fight off this ancient supernatural threat." Sounds pretty cool, right? Well, it is. So there you have it, my review of Wild Eye Releasing's Bonejangles. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will have more Wild Eye reviews coming soon to my channel. Please comment below, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.